Too late nights dancing my place. I could get used to long drives.
Roll up to the greatest show in the world.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So we are on Finkel campsite at the moment with the Priory in the background. So Trish is going out today to do the cathedral and walk down Durham city centre with Barbara. So I'm staying on the campsite because I've got a few jobs to do. So while the weather is dry, because it was raining yesterday non-stop, well, late afternoon after we got back from Beamish, which we'll have to go back to Beamish to film that video as well so we can put it together and get it edited. So you'll probably see that Beamish after all this. So what I'm going to do today, I've got to fix my electrics because I electrocuted myself. So what happened is, because we're on a campsite, I've plugged in the electrics. Right, yeah, you can all moan at me wrapped in a circle. I don't care, it's my cable and it's never overheated in 9 years. So as you all know, it plugs into the side of the motorhome. But if I open this door, I have a lead that goes from that on the inside and it runs all the way down and it comes out here. So when we're off grid, I just plug one of these onto the end of there and then put the plug into the power bank and my whole system charges. So we don't need a campsite, we just run off the power bank and then the solar charges the power bank. But the problem is, because I'm plugged into electric, this is live and I grabbed it this morning. Not very funny. So I've got to fix that issue because, like I say, we don't usually do campsites. So what I'm going to do is, which I've got one of these, okay, but it's got the Europe one on it, and I've got another Europe one which is in my box, so I have two of them. So what I'm going to do is take this end off and take this one off, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's got a cap. So that means when my wire is tucked away back under my seat, I'm not shooting myself when I reach under it again and do that silly mistake again. So I'm going to change them over now. I don't know if you've done one of these before, but it's just like a household plug, so there's no point showing you that. And if you've never seen inside one of these, as you can see, it's just 3 wires: live, neutral and earth. Nice and simple.
5 minutes later.
That's how it was before, and now we got a cover on it. So the issue I have now is when I plug that onto that and that into there, these two are different. So I've got to disconnect this and put this one onto there. So these two join together. So that cable goes up into there. I'll do that now. And the reason I'm doing it like this is, yes, number one, I can't electrocute myself. And number two, I can't even find online how you can buy them the wrong way around. So make me own. That is one of the benefits of having a house, because I could have gone to garage and just made something up or bought something that would have made something up. But unfortunately, when you live out on the road, you don't have access to anything, so you use what you've got, really.
5 minutes later.
So now we got that lead and this lead. Yes, into the power bank. Will it power the motorhome? You turn that light on it. Oh yeah. 240's working.
It is definitely working.
Motorhome think it's on 240 now it's on a campsite, even though that's not plugged in. So what I'm going to do now is unplug that, and that means 240 ain't working in the motorhome, but the 12 volt is. So now I can unhook that to make that spare, which that goes in my door, and this has a lid on, so you can go back in its home under the seat, out of the way, in my little shelf. And that and that and that can go back together with the screwdriver. And to make it 240, because I'm on campsite, but that goes in there. But I'm leaving that off because I've got something else to do. That can go back in there for a rainy day. And that can go back in there as well for a rainy day. So don't forget, always put my tools away before I start my next job. Otherwise I'll lose everything. And then the spare Europe one can go in the bin because I don't need two. Right, next job. As you all know, I have one of these fitted. I've undone all wires so I can put it here so I can connect it all back up. So you're asking, what does that do? So basically, when I turn my engine on, it comes out here. That's my solar. And I put it into there. That means my power bank will charge at 400 watts. But this is quite old now. So because I had it on the Iveco, the Blue Edge Charger 1, I'm going to put one on here as well, because I know on the Iveco this charges at 560 watts just to the power bank, because that's what the Iveco does. So I'll get more watts, and winter is coming up.
Winter is coming.
So when I turn the engine on, it's going to charge at 560 watts, plus the Victron unit doesn't have a Bluetooth, but this one does, so I can turn it on and off when I want. So I don't have to switch that cable over anymore, because the Victron unit goes to that end, and then the solar panel goes to that end. So I've got two connections. So if I want solar, I have to plug that in, and when I turn my engine on, I have to plug the other one in. So it's quite a nightmare. Like I said, I've done it on the Iveco already. And before you ask it, no, it's not paid promotion. So how it works, it comes usually with massive cable list, but I don't need it because there's wires in there already. So if you pretend that's your battery, it goes from your battery, two wires, one into there, and then at the other end, one goes in there and one goes there, which goes straight to the power bank. But I've bought that and that. I bought some connectors because I might need them. I brought the ICO nods, and I've got the cable as well. So this will charge any power bank. As you see, it's multiple things. And on the other end, it's just got these. This is why I've got all this to join it all together. So I've already done a video on this, but I'll show you a little bit when I've installed it. I'm not going into too much full detail, because if you look down on one of our YouTube videos already, it's the Charger 1 installed, if you want to know how to do it. And if you want this one, it's for sale. Offer me a price in comments and it's yours, and I'll post it to you. Don't come with no cables on. So installing, as you can see, the input, and on the other side, the output. The battery goes to input.
15 minutes later.
Right, I've done that job. I've installed it behind there, the Charger 1, and I've vid all cables, etc. So now I've only got this that goes into the power bank. So I've got this lead, this lead, this lead, this lead. So now I can charge any power bank. But if I put that in now, you might hear it click. Did you hear it click? That is my solar clicking in. So basically, I've got 205 watts coming in off my solar. But when I start my engine now, the solar turns off and the engine charges at 500 watts. Well, 498 exactly. It's not to its full capacity. The reason being because it's air-free. It's not a Blue 80 that matches Blue 80. You have to go into settings. I think on the Blue 80 you'll allow 56 watts coming in, which gives you like 560 watts coming in charging, but this air-free is only 50 watts, so I've changed it to 49, so it's just one under, and it's charging fine. So now I'm not going to electrocute myself, and now I don't have to keep switching cables for my solar and charge my power bank, really. Because as you know, we like being off grid, don't like this campsite like. To this campsite where we are going to do a review of it. It's 38 quid a night. It's mad, but we have come up here for a reason, to do some vlogs and see other things. So that's why we're here. You'll find all that in a later vlog. So now I need to tidy up again, put all my stuff away, get all these loose wires together, and start my next job. Well, it's dinner time. I'm going to make myself a sausage butty. Or sausage and tomato. Sausage, bacon and tomato butty. I'm going to make... I usually make one because Trish in here, I'm going to make two.
Hey Pughs on Tour YouTube family! If you're loving the content, here's a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. Your support means the world to us.
That should be enough sausages for two butties, shouldn't it? Yeah, you're supposed to cut me in half, aren't you? Naughty, naughty Gareth. Don't tell Trish. I'm going to enjoy this. Time to have a brew before I crack on to my next job. Just admire this view. So these are them bikes. These are straps that I bought. Do you remember when with the screw fix over there? Got these tie straps. You know, these, well, ratchet straps. So what I've got to do, I've got to fix this puncture because it's flat. And also this scooter, and what we've been using, needs reviewing. So probably that'll be on a different video on its own because the company wants me to review it. Wants it on a video on its own, which nobody's going to watch anyway. You think they'd put it in this video, wouldn't you? But never mind. So I'm going to unbox that. Well, ratchet strap it, and let's get it down.
Garrett's measuring is kinda rough, eyeballing it, yeah that's tough. Screws go in, then pop right out. Is that safe? I have my doubts. Oh, don't follow Garrett's plan, unless you want a wobbly van.
Right, I need to get this front wheel off, don't I? Better get the front wheel off.
If it rolls away, it's your loss.
This is going to be fun and games, isn't it? 2 spoons to get this tube out.
Oh, don't follow Garrett's plan, unless you want to.
See, I know what bust it, it was a thorn, but I can't remember where it was, so I'm going to have to blow it up. Found it. I need a patch now. Do I have some somewhere?
Eventually.
Puncture repair done. I'm knackered, all these little jobs all day. Anyway, check oil on this now, I think. That's next job. Oil's okay. Brake fluid okay. Radiator okay. Wishy-washy. I'll fill that up while I'm here.
Later.
And I've done some else. I've filled my aircon myself. Don't worry, it's easier than you think. You're thinking, how's he filled his own aircon up? Well, it cost me 20 odd quid to fill it myself instead of 120 quid at Alfred's. So I went on Amazon, did a few YouTube videos as usual. I bought one of these. One end goes to the top aircon socket of your vehicle, which every vehicle's different, so you'll have to find it. And then the other end goes to the can. So it screws onto the can, and then basically you just open the valve slowly to the correct setting, which is in the green. I don't know if you can see. Don't go in the yellow, keep in the green. But YouTube it first, because they're telling you exactly how to do it. So after doing the oil, the water, all my levels, my tyre's nearly dry. Got a temporary patch on at the moment. I got a bike in bits. Trish is back. She just told me something to pay her whites. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. Didn't go without me. And she brought me greasy fish and chips back. So I'm going to get a cup of tea, I think, and sit outside and relax in the sun while this dries. Might as well turn it off because you don't want to watch it dry, do you? So after glue set, that patch ain't going to work. I'm going to need a new inner tube, which Alfred's is a few miles up road actually. So when I'm passing, I'll call in and get one. So it's going to have to stay poorly. And then tomorrow, I'm going to review that. Beast. Legal. 200 quid's worth. Cheap as chips. So I'm going to tidy up now. And I'm going to go and eat my fish and chips. What Trisha's got me.